The film begins with Elliot's father, Ridley, driving with his daughter, Ridley, for a weekend vacation. He also meets his billionaire boss, Odell, who promises him he'll take over his business. He explains to his daughter the importance of this business to him and their future. While talking with his daughter, Elliot bumps into something. He goes down with his daughter to discover it. They find a unicorn, which they initially believe is dead. Ridley sits next to the unicorn and notices that its horn has glowed. She grabs it and sees things that make her bond with the unicorn. Ridley is surprised to find the unicorn is still alive, so she asks her father to carry it to the car. Her father kills it, thus ending the unicorn's life. Elliot arrives with his daughter at his boss's house and begins shaking hands with the family. Elliot then meets his boss, Odell, and Odell explains to his family why he chose Elliot to take over his business. Ridley appears concerned about the accident. Her father asks her to doesn't talk to the Odell family about the accident. While Elliot is talking to his boss's family at work, and they are about to sign contracts, a loud noise and vibration occurs in Elliot's car. He initially tries to hide it, but the noise begins to get louder. Everyone in the house goes to investigate and finds the unicorn still alive, sticking its head out of the car window. One of the security shoots it, killing it. Elliot explains to the family what happened, saying that he hit it on the way to their house, and that he didn't want to implicate them. His boss and the family tell him that they will bury the unicorn after they all express their surprise at its presence in this area. They go to their rooms and Elliot enters his daughter's room. She expresses her distress at its murder and explains that she saw her dead mother, and that she has a sense of connection with the unicorn. Later, Ridley begins searching the internet and finds a story about textiles in a museum that tell of a hunter killing a unicorn in ancient times, but he quickly came back to life and killed everyone. Then, the doctors took the unicorn for examination after Odell asked them to examine him due to his rare nature. The unicorn, father and daughter, were examined, especially after they noticed that the pimples on his daughter's face had disappeared after some of the unicorn's blood had fallen on her face. The chief doctor held a session to explain their findings. He stated that there is a power in the unicorn's blood that has the ability to amazingly heal many diseases. They believe this power is derived from the horn. The horn still emits electrical signals to the rest of the body, which is strange. The doctors took a sample of the horn for further study, and Shepard, Odell's son, suggested grinding the entire horn and using it for research. One of the doctors injected a sample of the grinding the entire horn into the sick Odell. The doctor speaks to the doctor and tells him the horn is still emitting signals. The doctors begin taking a sample of the unicorn's blood. Belinda, Odell's wife, speaks to him while he is in bed and tells him that the sample will cure him. But he feels he is about to die. He promises Elliot that he will obtain his rights in the event of his death, and that he will continue to be the legal guardian of the family. Shepard speaks with Ridley and asks one of the workers to bring her a printer after noticing that she is reading about the unicorn to help her organize her thoughts. Shepard sees his father standing as if he has been cured of his illness and calls out to him in surprise. His wife and Elliot watch him, and it is clear on his face that he is at ease and has been cured. The doctors come to examine him and find that the cancer cells in his body have been eliminated, to everyone's astonishment and Odell's joy. Odell asks his doctors to obtain everything they can from the unicorn to use in creating a cure for diseases, especially cancer. He talks to Elliot and promises him that he will get a large share of the money from this dangerous discovery. Everyone makes ambitious calls, thinking about the money they'll make after this exciting discovery. Ridley warns of this, after confirming through research that the unicorn has a long history of horrific murders. Everyone, even her father, ignores her conclusion, and everyone celebrates the amazing discovery early. While the doctors are transporting the unicorn's body, one of the doctors notices a large number of rapid electromagnetic signals emanating simultaneously. The lights go out in the entire place. In a terrifying scene, the doctor is killed by a unicorn, who inserts his horn into the doctor's chest and appears from the other side. Everyone watches in complete shock. Elliot asks his daughter to go and hide in the car. The unicorn chases his daughter and tries to break the car, but everyone begins shooting at him. The unicorn insists on chasing his daughter, and she hides next to her father next to the car. The unicorn tries to reach her in a terrifying scene. The girl runs to hide behind a door on the farm, but the unicorn insists on chasing her. In a dramatic scene, the unicorn calms down and lights its horn in an attempt to send a message to its daughter. The daughter begins to grab the horn, but one of the security shoots the unicorn, causing it to flee. The girl explains that perhaps the unicorn simply wants to free their deceased son and stop killing everyone. She also feels connected to them, and Odell's wife responds that this makes them not harm her. Once again, everyone ignores her words, and Odell's wife confirms that what they're doing with the little unicorn will benefit all of humanity, not just them. Her father tries to resolve the matter and asks her to go with him and take the unicorn, but Odell threatens to take all the business away from him. They then try to capture the big unicorn to obtain raw material for the drug they claim to be manufacturing and gain greater profits. However, in a series of events, everyone in the house is killed one by one in gruesome and terrifying scenes. The remaining members try to follow Ridley's advice and release the little unicorn, but the big unicorn continues to pursue them. When Elliot witnesses these horrific events unfolding, he tries to protect his daughter Ridley, telling her that he's keeping the horn with him because he promised her mother he'd secure her future. Ridley realizes this is why the unicorn is chasing them. In a horrific scene, Belinda is killed and asks her son Shepard to burn the unicorn and get rid of it. Shepard refuses because he still believes he'll get the entire family of the little unicorn and its parents to collect a lot of money. At the end of the story, Elliot asks his daughter to escape, but Shepard pursues her, threatening her with a weapon and asking her to wait until the unicorn arrives, believing that the unicorn won't harm him in her presence and that the unicorns are chasing them because of her. Shepard's theory is proven true, and the unicorn arrives and they sleep peacefully in front of Ridley, who watches in amazement. Shepard begins to tie up the unicorn and promises Elliot that they will share the profits together. However, Elliot stabs Shepard, telling his daughter that he doesn't know why he did it, but Shepard stabbed him back. In a dramatic scene, Elliot dies in front of his daughter and apologizes, explaining that he wanted to provide her with a life without any troubles. The unicorn touches their horns in a magical scene, and the son's broken horn begins to return to him. His father's wounds begin to heal, and Elliot's tears fill her eyes. The little unicorn and her father come back to life. Finally, one of the surviving police officers arrives at the farm and finds Elliot and his daughter alone after the unicorn took their son. They are arrested and suspected of murder. In the final scene, we see the unicorn family running after the car to rescue Ridley and her father from the police. Please share your thoughts about the future film in the comment section. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to us and leave a like if you enjoyed our material. Be careful and have a nice one.